sleep. The days I'm counting now, it's like it's everything. We're short on change, but it's toll on me. Not a lot of money, but a crew of thieves. Stealing time, no cash in my mind. Cause we're rich and craft, but we're poor on trying. Days go out living off 50-cent beers. But steer clear of a job, cause life would disappear.
Welcome to Fweshly Dipped in the Scoop. Can we start off by getting an introduction? Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Sure, yeah. My name's Daniel. I play bass in the Olés. Sure, yeah. We're, I guess the best, kind of the best way we've come up with describing it is alternative reggae. We play kind of a fusion of reggae, hip hop, rock, a little funk in there. We're based out of Santa Barbara, California. We've been a band for about 5 years or so. And we just got back from our first 7-state tour, fresh off playing at Cali Roots, and about to start recording our follow-up album to the album we released last year. I play bass. I play guitar for 10, 15 years or so, and started playing bass a little while after that, kind of realizing everybody plays guitar, and there's a lot higher of a demand for bass, drums, and stuff. And the band started a couple of years before I joined. I met Cole, who's a guitar player and singer, and their bassist was moving up to Portland, and so I started jamming with them, having fun, and kind of took it from there. It's a great question, and I think if you asked me that a year ago, I would have said something different, and if you ask me in a year, I'll probably say something different. But you know, we try and stay true to what we like playing, and not really try and mimic what we think is a sound, because you know, trends come and go. Like, you know, we try and play the music we like, emulate the artists we like, regardless of genre. Play music that's all about love, all about relaxing, and try and be as inspired as we can by this beautiful place where we live. You know, if I had to kind of tie it to some similar artists or genres, I'd say Sublime is a big influence for us. Same with Slightly Stupid. I know Tweed and Cole kind of listen to varying things. You know, Tweed's all about the old school reggae, and he's also very into blues, Bill Withers and stuff. And Cole's kind of more into Tame Impala, the kind of more modern indie stuff. So it kind of brings a unique blend, I feel like, to our sound. And we just got a new drummer who's a jazz drummer, and he's got, you know, he learned the reggae feel pretty quickly, and has kind of brought his own thing to it. So it's kind of like a melting pot, I guess, if you will, of styles. And I think it turns out pretty well most of the time. So Tweed and Cole, they're the two singers and guitar players. They met in the dorms at UCSB maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and they started playing shows around Isla Vista. And you know, they found a drummer, started just playing shows with friends, drinking beers, having fun. And then Nick was a trumpet player in town. He told the band, hey, you guys are, you know, I like what you're doing, I want to play some horns. So they kind of incorporated horns. And I met Cole at Playback Recording Studio in town. We were both interns there, and that's kind of where I started working with the band, helping them record, and eventually becoming the bassist. And we're really lucky to be able to have that opportunity to work at Playback and get to use the equipment, you know, late night when it was free. And that helped us record our first few albums and our most recent album, Strictly Speaking. And I feel like the stuff we learned there and having access to that equipment really gave us the opportunity to record an album that sounded thorough. And we spent a lot of time, we spent about a year in the studio really just crafting the album, and we're proud of what we came up with, and kind of we're taking it day by day at this point.
Where did you get your start in the music business, and like how did you make that jump from your start to becoming bass guitar for Olés band?
It's a good question. I mean, I've been playing music since I was maybe like 13 or 14. Not taking it that seriously. I played in some bands in high school and in college. And you know, I was in school on the East Coast studying economics, and I was like, this is interesting enough, but this isn't what I want to do with my life. So I kind of started looking into other aspects of music that, you know, I could explore and really kind of round myself out. I looked into music production, took a few classes in that, and I'd always loved the West Coast. So, you know, I know a lot of the other guys are from out here. I moved out here about 6 years ago, and I started, like I said, I started interning at Playback just to kind of learn more about the industry, and I had a great time there. Tucker, the owner, was awesome. He let us use the gear. He taught us a lot, and kind of went from there. That really kind of sparked my interest in all aspects of the music. And you know, we put a lot of hard work into learning the craft and recording the album, and you know, trying to still have fun while we do it. Kind of what inspires us to keep playing is, you know, partially a love for music, a love for just hanging out and playing music, and also playing live is a great reward when you can see people in the audience, because you know we've all been in the audience, we've been on stage, and it's a give and take. And you know, they say music saves lives, and it's true. And it's great when you can see somebody in the crowd just kind of forgetting their problems for the night and just grooving with you and feeling the sound. Yeah, we've been up and down the coast a few times, playing in San Fran, playing San Diego, LA and stuff, just kind of weekend warrior style. But we put together a 17-day tour. We went up through Washington, Oregon, out through Colorado, Nevada, Arizona, and down in SoCal. And you know, we bought a van. We put in the time, booked those dates, and we met so many cool people. We had so much fun. You know, we played everything from a thrift store for the other band that we were playing with. It was just us and them on a Monday night, and we played. We finished up with the Belly Up in Aspen in front of a crowd of maybe 100+ people, and so we kind of had both ends of the spectrum. It was our first time kind of getting out of Cali and really trying to put together a tour, and we had a lot of fun. We made some money. I think we made some fans, so I'd say it was a success.
So from that experience, what do you feel has been like the biggest lesson that you guys as a group have learned?
That's a great question, and again, I think if you had asked me right after the tour, and if you asked me, you know, in 6 months, it might be different. But I really think that after the tour, we kind of came back. We were a little burnt out. We learned a thing or two about how to, you know, how to plan the next tour. So you know, we have a great time, but we don't burn out. And I think it's a bird party over there.
I've been bothering me this whole interview. I'm like, you did it. Brittany, you're on bird patrol.
Hell yeah.
Chase them out.
I heard them, but I was like, I wasn't sure where they were coming from.
All right, I'm
I don't know
so
what
sorry.
their deal is. No, man, no worries.
I interrupted your flow.
No worries, man.
All right,
So,
take it from the top. So after coming back from tour, you guys learned.
yeah, after the tour, after the process in the studio with the album, we learned a few things, and you know, it might not have been as apparent right off the bat, but I think we've had a couple months to look back. And I think the main takeaway that we're all kind of on the same page with is that we need to make sure we're having fun and we're focusing on the music, because it's easy to get lost in the logistics and planning and booking shows and the money and the finances and this and that, and it can be easy to lose sight of why we started making music in the first place. And I think we had a couple months to kind of reflect on the tour, and I mean we're grinding it on, burning it on both ends, in the studio and then right after the studio up to Cali Roots and then on the next tour. And like I said, it kind of burned us out. We got a couple months to take time off and, you know, realize, hey, let's take a chill pill, and when we come back at it, let's do it maybe a little more mellow, but with the same dedication to focus more on the music rather than on the grind. And I think that's really helped. We recently started writing for our upcoming album. Probably gonna get away for a weekend or two, go just have fun, drink beers, you know, hang out, be homies, write some music. And you know, with the few sessions we've already had, I think some great stuff's gonna come out of it now that we're kind of refocusing back on what's important and back on the music, because at the end of the day, it's just all about the, you know, good music.
Yeah. As an artist, what would you say you represent? Or what would you say that the Olés band represents?
That's a good question, and I wish Tweed were here because he always has a great answer for this. It's kind of drawing from what he said and kind of making my own a little bit. He's always said the word "olé" is a Spanish word that I don't know if this is true. This is what he says. I'm going to trust him that this is somewhat grounded in reality. But he says the Spaniards, somewhere in some Arabic region, heard people chanting Allah, and they kind of interpret it in their own way as "olé," and it became kind of a word for celebration and praise. And the band was named, I think, before anybody knew that, but we've kind of taken it on as our own and we really try and celebrate music and celebrate how it brings people together, and we try what we stand for is making music that can make people's lives better.
Fweshly Dipped is about putting yourself out there in a positive way, in a creative, positive way. What advice would you give to the next person who's trying to go out there and create and do their own thing?
I feel like that's the hardest question. You tricked me. The things that come to mind kind of right off the bat are the cliches like believe in yourself and go just go do it no matter what. But I'd rather than believe in yourself and just go do it, I'd almost say it's another cliche, but I'd say stay true to who you are. And if you find yourself really pushing for something that you don't think represents you, or you don't really want, you just think it's an idea or an image of what you think you want to be like, then don't follow that. Look inwards before you look outwards. Figure out who you are and what you want, and follow that. And maybe you figure that out, and if you did, then yeah, believe in yourself, push yourself, go after it. They say don't let anyone tell you what to do. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, but you should listen to the people who love you, and listen to yourself. At the end of the day, that's all you have. You have the people that love you, and you have yourself, and you have to look yourself in the mirror, and you have to look at your loved ones, and you have to feel like you're doing the right thing by yourself and by them. And that can be hard at times to balance that. But again, at the end of the day, it's if you stay true to yourself and you try and do right by the people you love, and I believe that things are going to work out for you. It can be a long road. It can be longer than you think it will be. And people say it's going to be rocky. It's going to be hard. It's going to be long. And you're going to get tested along that way, and you're going to doubt yourself. You just kind of got to check yourself and make sure that what you want and what you're doing still makes sense. And I'm hopeful it's going to work out for me. I'm hopeful it's going to work out for you. I'm hopeful it's going to work out for anybody that's got the right intentions and the right attitude. My name's Daniel, and I'm Fweshly Dipped.
Hey.
Hey.